Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Profusion X Mean Girls collection. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. I purchased 6 items from this collection on Walmart's website. The first item is this face palette. There's 2 different face palettes in this collection. There's a light version and then there's this one. This one is called You Glow Glen Cocoa. This is the Candy Gram number 2. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. Super cute. And then here's what the back looks like. You have a little description about the palette, the ingredients, and this does have a 24-month shelf life next to the barcode. So let's open this up. I have a highlighter, a blush, and a contour shade. At the top here it says, and maybe some for Gretchen Wieners, bye. That's so iconic. Do you guys remember in the movie when Gretchen Wieners doesn't get the Candy Gram? All of them get it in the class. Glen Coco gets 4 of them, I believe. And then Damien, he's a Santa Claus, he says, none for Gretchen Wieners, bye. So I thought that was such an iconic thing that they had it up here at the top. Let's go ahead and see what the highlighter, the blush, and the bronzer looks like. So there's this little tab here that you can pull out the plastic. And here's what the actual products look like. Let's see what the highlighter looks like. This one is called White Gold Hoops. So pretty. And then we have So Fetch in the middle. This is the blush shade. Another beautiful shade. The bronzer shade is called Jealous. Here's what all 3 of those shades look like. Here's what the highlighter looks like. Super soft, wow. And then we have the blush in So Fetch. Very nice as well. And then we have the bronzer shade in Jealous. Here's what all 3 of those shades look like swatched on the back of my hand. Taking my blush brush, we're gonna dip into the shade in So Fetch. I wish the packaging had a mirror, but it doesn't, so that's fine. Ooh, that's so pretty. The blush is gorgeous. I forgot to mention the price. This retails for $5.13 on Walmart's website. It says, it's glowing time. Get ready to glow like Glen Coco using this universally flattering 3-shade face palette. The super blendable and buildable blush, highlight, and bronzer shades work harmoniously to help you create the ultimate lit from within glow. Perfect from everyone from beginners to pros and suitable for light to medium complexions. So far, I love the blush in So Fetch. Now let's try on the highlighter in White Gold Hoops. I'm just gonna be taking this brush here. It's a little bit dirty, but that's fine. Oh, wow. It's a beautiful highlighter. Wow. I've never really tried Profusion cosmetics before. I've seen them at Walmart and at Target. Let me shear this out a little bit with my damp beauty blender. It went in a little bit too heavy-handed, so I'll use the same brush for this side. Really pretty highlighter. Look at that. Gorgeous. Here we have the highlighter in the shade White Gold Hoops. Really beautiful. And I think I need to shear this out a little bit. I'm not really good with highlighters because I'm already super oily, so I feel like I don't need a highlighter. But if you like highlighters, I think you're gonna love this. Let's see what the bronzer in Jealous looks like. I like the bronzer. It's giving me definition and you can see the shade. The bronzer is really nice as well. This face palette is a 10 out of 10. I just don't like the packaging. I just wish they would have sold this face palette individually, the blush, the bronzer, and the highlighter. As soon as I dip my brush into the bronzer, a little bit of kick up does come into the blush. It's not a huge deal, but it is something that I wanted to mention. The next 2 products are these lip products. I purchased Karen Smith and Gretchen Wieners. Regina George was sold out, so I purchased the other 2. So let's start with the first one in Gretchen Wieners. I love the packaging. It is adorable. You have a little picture of them that says the plastics. It says Profusion Cosmetics X Mean Girls, and then this one is Gretchen Wieners. This is a So Popular lip set, and then when you turn it on the back, there's a picture of Gretchen, and then it says, I can't help it that I'm popular. That's hilarious. Right underneath it, it says Gretchen Wieners So Popular lip set, and then it says, achieve the ultimate teen royalty look with this long-wearing lip kit. Start by applying the soft matte lip cream all over the lips and let dry. Wear alone or top it off with the Easy Glide lip gloss that is too shiny to function. Universally flattering and perfect for everyone from beginners to plastics. On the bottom here you have the ingredients. Next to the barcode it does say it's a 24-month shelf life, and I didn't even see that these were cruelty free. Let's see what the shade in Gretchen Wieners looks like. We have the lip cream, and then we have the lip gloss. Here's a closer look of the shade in Gretchen Wieners. This is a soft matte lip cream. On the bottom it just says Gretchen Wieners, and then it says Profusion X Mean Girls. Let's see what this shade looks like. I like the applicator, it is double-sided. Here we have Gretchen Wieners. It's really pigmented. I wasn't expecting it to be super pigmented. It covered up my dark upper lip really nicely. The shade is gorgeous, I love it. Let's see what the gloss looks like. For the soft matte lip cream, you get 0.15 ounces or 4.5 milliliters of product. The lip gloss, you get 0.44 fluid ounces or 13 milliliters. Here's a closer look on what the lip gloss looks like. It says Profusion X Mean Girls. And then on the bottom here, it says High Shine Lip Gloss. I love the applicator. So let's see what the gloss looks like in Gretchen Wieners. And with this, you don't need a whole lot of product. A little bit goes a long way. That's super shiny and pretty. I think I applied too much, but that's okay. It has a lot of glitter in it. The lip shade in Gretchen Wieners did dry down completely. Here's what it looks like. Really gorgeous shade. I'm going to do a kiss test on the back of my hand just to see if there's any transfer. Oh wow, no transfer. I'm going to apply a little bit of the gloss on top. Here's what both of them look like paired together. I love this lip set, it's gorgeous. Each lip set retails for $5.98. The second lip kit is called Karen Smith. Here's a closer look at what the packaging looks like. It does have the same front packaging. So you have the plastics here, and then it says Profusion Cosmetics X Mean Girls. But at the bottom here it says Karen Smith, and then it says So Popular Lip Set. And then on the back is different. You have a picture of Karen. At the bottom of her picture it says, do you want to do something fun? And I remember she mentioned she wanted to go to Taco Bell. So iconic. Oh my gosh. Profusion Cosmetics nailed it. And then again, we have the ingredients. There's a little description. And again, this is a 24-month shelf life. So let's see what the shade in Karen Smith looks like. Again, we have the soft matte lip cream, which is this one here. And then we have the lip gloss. Here's a closer look on what the shade in Karen Smith looks like. Really pretty. And then of course at the bottom it says her name, Karen Smith. Here we have the shade in Karen Smith. Again, super pigmented. It's a little bit too pinky for my liking. Again, this shade is super pigmented with one swipe. I don't think this formula has a scent to it. Yeah, there's no scent, which is rare. Normally companies, they add scents into things and then it just smells like cheap plastic. I like that there's no scent. Here we have the shade in Karen Smith dried down. And then we have the High Shine Lip Gloss. Again, here's the shade in Karen Smith. Love the applicator, but this has so much glitter in it. So let's see. I can't feel the glitter specks as I'm rubbing it on the back of my hand, but it's a really pretty gloss. I'm going to apply the High Shine Lip Gloss on top. I'm going to rub my lips together. Yeah, there's no glitter specks. I can't feel any grittiness. Here's what both of them looks like paired together. I prefer the first one in Gretchen Wieners. This one is too pinky for my liking. The next two items I picked up are these eyeshadow palettes. So I have Regina George and Katie Heron. We're gonna first test out the palette in Regina George. There are 4 different 9-pan palettes in this collection. They retail for $9.98 on Walmart.com. I picked up everything from Walmart. You can also purchase these products on ProfusionCosmetics.com, but a bunch of them are sold out. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. Again, it says Profusion X Mean Girls, and this says Property of Regina George. This is a 9-shade palette. Super cute. I love the lip. On the back you have a little description, the ingredients, and then the barcode. Again, this is a 24-month shelf life and it is cruelty free. Up here at the top it does state a little description. It says, in the real world this 9-shade palette is perfect for dressing up, but in the girl world this cruelty free and multi-finish palette is perfect for creating really pretty year-round looks. With a richly pigmented spectrum of colorful hues, instantly transform your look from homeschool jungle freak to a major regulation hottie in just one swipe. Universally flatting and perfect for everyone from beginners to plastics. Let's go ahead and open this up. Here's what the 9-pan palette looks like. I'm gonna remove the plastic that's on top of it. There we go. The first shade is called Cheese Fries. Ooh, that's very pigmented. Here we have Cheese Fries. Again, very pigmented, blends out very nicely. The next shade is called Is Butter a Carb? Again, super pigmented. Look at that shimmer. Wow, that shimmer shadow is beautiful. The next shade is called Get In Loser. Again, very pigmented. Look at that. The next shade is called Fake Apology. Again, very pigmented. All of the shades so far are pigmented and they blend out really nicely. The next shade is called Queen Bee. Ooh, look at that. Wow, that bubblegum pink shade is pigmented. Blends out really nicely as well. I wanted to mention to you guys, on Walmart.com and Profusion Cosmetics website, there's no description underneath the shade name. So like for example, the shade in Queen Bee, it's a pink bubblegum pink shade, something like that, you know? But they don't have it on their website, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. That's why I'm just swatching the shade on the back of my hand and just blending it out. The next shade is called Obsessed With Me. Ooh, this is a little bit chunky. It's got like chunky glitter. Here's what Obsessed With Me looks like. Yeah, definitely that chunky glitter. You can see on the back of my hand, it has those glitter specks still sticking to it. Not a huge fan of that formula, but it's a pretty shade. The first shade in the bottom row is called Boo You Whore. Again, very pigmented. Yes, I prefer this type of a sparkle versus the previous formula. This is what I like. Smooth and it blends out really nicely. The second to last shade is called Caltine Bar. Here's what Caltine Bar looks like. Beautiful. Now let's move on to the Katie Heron palette. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. Oh, it looks like one eyeshadow is broken, but that's totally fine. Let's remove this plastic. The first shade in the palette is called Jambo. The second shade in the palette is called I Like Matte. The third shade in the palette is called Gruel. The fourth shade in the palette is called Regulation Hottie. The fifth shade is called October 3rd. Next to October 3rd, we have the shade in The Limit. This one does have that chunky glitter, which I'm not a huge fan of the formula because the glitter specks get all over. The first shade in the last row is called Homeschooled. The second to last shade is called Jungle Freak. And the last shade is called Word Vomit. Here's what all 9 shades look like in the Carrie Heron palette. Now we're going to create a look using both of the palettes. Out of the 2 eyeshadow palettes, I like the Regina George palette more because of the colors. It's got some pops of colors, whereas the Katie Heron palette, it's not really as colorful, and I expected the shadows to be a little bit more pigmented. I do have similar shades in my other eyeshadow palettes, so let's go ahead and create a look. Taking a fluffy brush, we're going to dip into the shade in I Like Matte and apply this all over the crease. Going back and forth, doing windshield wiper motions. This is going to be our transition shadow. I built up the shade to my liking. Using that same brush, we're going to dip into the Regina George palette, and we're going to take the shade in Get In Loser. Apply that shadow right underneath the first shade. Again, doing windshield wiper motions. I'm not getting a lot of fallout, which is amazing. That mauve shade is gorgeous. Same thing for the other eye, going back and forth. Swapping my brush for a flat brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Queen Bee. Again, from the Regina George palette. Packing the shadow all over the lid. We're getting a little bit of fallout. That shade is vibrant. Going back in with the first brush, we're going to take the shade in I Like Matte again and apply it all over the crease. It looks like we lost some of that shadow. Again, going back and forth. Taking my damp beauty blender, I'm going to pick up all of the fallout. Taking my finger, we're going to dip into the shadow in Obsessed With Me, tapping the shade in the center of the lid. I don't really like this formula because it's more of a chunky glitter, but it is really pretty. Doing the same thing for the other eye, again tapping it just in the center of the lid. Taking a clean flat brush, we're going to dip back into the Regina George palette, dipping into the shadow called Is Butter a Carb, applying this in my inner corner. Ooh, that's so beautiful. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Here we have the completed eyeshadow look. For lips, I'm going to apply the shade in Gretchen Wieners. I'm going to apply the Karen Smith High Shine Lip Gloss. Here we have the completed look. I'm going to set my face with the Regulation Hottie Cooling Face Mist. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. Super cute. It has a picture of Erin on it, and it says, "Your face smells like peppermint." This is supposed to be a cooling face mist. Here's what the back looks like. I do want to read what it does say on the back. It says, "This isn't just a regular mist, it's a cooling face mist that will make you feel like a Regulation Hottie with every spritz. Shake well before use and reapply throughout the day as desired." There's 2.30 fluid ounces or 60 milliliters. So let's shake this up. Let's see how the mist is. Okay, so the mist is fine. Let's spray this on our face. It does smell like peppermint. I sprayed too much. I'm a little bit dewy. I'm gonna just set everything using my damp beauty blender. Overall, this collection is a 10 out of 10. Profusion Cosmetics did a wonderful job with this collection. I love the face palette, the highlighter, the blush, and the contour shade. Really complemented my skin tone. You can see all 3 of the shades. They're super pigmented and buildable. I like the eyeshadow palettes as well, but my favorite was the Regina George palette just because I like the color story better versus the Katie Heron palette. Here's what both of them look like side by side. The Katie Heron palette is a little bit too dull for me versus the Regina George palette. Lastly, I love the lip products from this collection. The lip glosses are so glossy. It does have that high shine finish. There's no grittiness. Even though it does have those glitter sparkles in it, you can't feel it on your lips. My favorite shade was the Gretchen Wieners Lip Cream. The Karen Smith was a little bit too bright for my liking. There are a couple of items that are still on Walmart's website. They have this brush set, which retails for $6.71. This looks like a cute little brush set. They also have the light shade in the Candy Graham #1. They also have the promo box available on Walmart's website. This retails for $19.98. You got the brush set, which I did mention earlier. It comes with this Burn Book mirror, which looks amazing. And then there's a 35 shade palette that comes in this. The next item that they released is this 35 shade palette. The shades in this palette are different from the 9pan palette. The shade in Obsessed With Me is a different color than the shade in Obsessed With Me in the Regina George palette. I think they should have kept the shades similar to the bigger palette, but I guess if you want to purchase the entire collection, I guess that's why they did it. The next item that they also have in this collection is a 4-pair lash set. I don't wear lashes because I find them very difficult. If you're into lashes, these retail for $9.98 on Walmart's website. And then of course they do have the lip sets available. They only have Gretchen Wieners and Karen Smith. Regina George is sold out. Here's a closer look on what the Regina George So Popular lip set looks like. This shade looks a little bit too pinky for me. I'm glad I didn't pick that up. And then of course they have the other 9-pan palettes. So we have Gretchen Wieners, which retails for $9.98. And then we also have the Karen Smith, again $9.98. They also have this makeup bag that says "You're like really pretty." This retails for $7.45. It's currently out of stock. Hopefully Walmart does restock these items on their website. Definitely check out your local Walmart. My local Walmart takes forever to get the new products. If you guys have tried anything out from the Profusion X Mean Girls collection, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.